Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the picture shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Chapter begins. With the view from the roof of the building where Kim lives, we see that both Kim and JANG JINSU are on the roof, talking about something, while a crow watches them from the sky. Then we see that JANG JINSU is angry with Kim's previous actions, and with an angry expression says to him, "What are you doing? It worked out, but those actions you took at the opening ceremony, while ignoring all our previous plans, you just did things all on your own. Do you even realize you're part of a team, huh?" Kim Tae-yeon, with his hands in his pockets, is just standing there watching him. Hearing JANG JINSU's words makes him remember something, and he thinks to himself, "I feel like I've heard this somewhere before." Hearing JANG JINSU reminds him of Madohak's words to Kim. After that, JANG JINSU says, "Regardless of the reason, I'm disappointed in you. You could have at least shared the intel with me, since I'm also in charge of handling the demonic humans." Suddenly, Kim interrupts him and says in a serious tone, "Just now I was attacked by Kimura Ren." Hearing that shocks JANG JINSU, and he doesn't understand why Kimura Ren would attack Kim. He says, "Attacked? Then Kimura Ren's forfeit was..." Then Kim stops his words and says that, "Thankfully, I successfully restrained him, but I question how he was able to find my location. Chances are there's a rat in the association." Hearing Kim's words shocks him, and he thinks to himself that Kim suspects him of being the rat who leaks information. With an angry expression, he says, "Damn you! If you're thinking of accusing me, if anything, you're the most suspicious." Kim hears JANG JINSU's words and responds, "It's not that simple of a story. Anyone who has access to our intel is a suspect, including me. It's just that I began moving with caution when I discovered Wan Kai was hiding within the Singapore Player Association. And if the other foreign players weren't killed by demonic humans or monsters, then a national force-level player must have done so. When we might be attacked by multiple national-level players, going around together would only decrease the number of targets for them. So I'm planning on doing things alone for a bit, and I don't see why we need to change our methods when we're in first. I'll be on my way." After that, Kim says goodbye to him, but JANG JINSU seems to have a lot to say and wants to talk more about this matter. Kim turns his back and goes to his room to rest, and JANG JINSU shouts, "Kim Tae-yeon! Wait! I wasn't done talking! Kim Tae-yeon!" But Kim ignores him and does not care about his words. Seeing that Kim Tae-yeon ignored him and left that place makes JANG JINSU angry and furious. He clenches his teeth in anger, but as he releases his power out of anger, his entire body gets covered in red aura, and he insults Kim. Angrily, he says, "A newbie who just became a player? How dare you! I'll make you regret this!" Then we see someone step onto the platform on that rooftop. It seems that person is using a stealth skill. In the next scene, we see that person is none other than Kim Tae-yeon himself. He's standing on a platform watching JANG JINSU, and in that moment, Kim thinks to himself, "JANG JINSU, is he the spy? I never learned in my previous life who the spy was. But looking at how Kimura Ren found me, it's certain that there must be one. I can't trust anyone right now. Then, until his identity is discovered, let's take care of this side first." Then we see Kim Tae-yeon's phone ring. It seems that he received a message. He opens his phone and sees the message that says, "Perfect Beauty Yu Ayong's 3 Warlord Guide for you, darling." Upon seeing that message, Kim gets confused and doesn't understand what it is. The scene changes to a fast food shop during the day, and the shop's name is McDoria. Then we see one of the crew members of that shop give someone their ordered food and say, "Here's your double cheeseburger and drink." Then we see that person is Kim Tae-yeon, who is wearing a cap and a hoodie. He gets his order and thanks the crew member. With the food he ordered in hand, Kim looks for a place to sit inside McDoria. Then we see Kim walk past people who are eating, ordering extra fries, and enjoying their meals. Next, we see Kim Tae-yeon watching them and trying to find out what they are doing, as if Kim suspects them. While those two people are discussing with each other, Kim thinks to himself, "Are they the underlings of Miyazaki Kenji that Yu Ayong mentioned? To think they'd act like high schoolers. That bag is probably full of illegal items. I just need to follow them back to Miyazaki Kenji. Thank you for watching my video so far. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Then we see Kim find a place to sit. Next to his chair is a person with a green hoodie and toque who is eating his food. While Kim wants to eat his burger, that man next to him, while eating his fries, laughs and says, "A real cautious fellow as always. It's been a while, Kim Tae-hyun." With this, Kim Tae-hyun gets confused and doesn't understand what is going on. How is this possible? Then the scene changes, and we see that man is none other than Isaka Ryohei himself. He says to Kim, "You remember my face, right?" In that moment, Kim thinks to himself, "I thought he was serving a life sentence for the East Point incident. How?" Seeing Kim lost in thought, Isaka laughs and says, "Calm down, I'm not here to fight." Kim Tae-hyun gets furious, and with an angry expression he says, "Cut the crap and get lost." Upon hearing Kim Tae-hyun's words, Isaka smiles and says, "Get lost? Are you really in a position to say that when you're trying to be stealthy?" Suddenly, Isaka Ryohei punches the glass and breaks it. He tries to sabotage Kim's investigation by doing that. Kim is shocked and with anger says, "What the hell are you doing?" Seeing Isaka Ryohei break the glass, everyone at McDoria is shocked and they say, Huh? What's going on? Are they fighting? Isn't that Ryohei to the right? Has he been released already?" In the next scene, we see the people that Kim was watching recognize him, and they seem to doubt that this was a coincidence. They say, "Isn't that Kim Tae-hyun from New Korea? Is he here to get us?" Upon identifying Kim, they take their belongings and bags and run away from that place, thus ruining Kim's plan and investigation operation. Seeing this, Kim Tae-hyun thinks to himself, "Crap, now I need to capture them all." Seeing that Kim's operation is ruined, Isaka activates his skill, and while a yellow aura color covers his whole body, he laughs and says, "I said I wasn't here to fight." He maximizes his aura's power and, against everyone's expectations, throws his activated power at the fleeing people who Kim was investigation on them, causing them to be pinned to the ground and unable to move. Seeing this, Kim Tae-hyun thinks to himself, with just his aura, has he become stronger since East Point? Isaka, seeing that Kim is confused, says, "You're aiming for their boss, Miyazaki Kenji, and the 3 warlords, right? Then just give me a little time. I promise it won't be wasted." Hearing Isaka's words, Kim activates his golden chain skill and throws it at Isaka. His chain reaches Isaka and Kim grabs him with it. Isaka gets confused by Kim's action and doesn't know what Kim is going to do to him now. While holding Isaka with his chain skill, Kim says to him, "Phew, if you're so confident, then sure, you have 1 minute, but if you're talking bullshit, I'll make you pay for ruining my plan." Hearing Kim's words, Isaka once again activates his skill, and his whole body gets covered with golden aura. With that, he laughs and says, "You're bringing up bitter memories, but if you think I'm the same as back then..." Isaka thinks to himself that he can overcome Kim's skill with his improvement, and tries to free himself from Kim's chain skill with his golden aura. But suddenly, Kim fuses his chain skill with his predation, and Isaka feels a lot of pain. He cannot free himself, and Isaka's skill gets deactivated. Seeing that Kim Tae-hyun is holding Isaka with his chain skill, Isaka thinks to himself, What? This pressure! Kim Tae-hyun, just how much stronger have you gotten?" Then we see Kim raise his hand and show the number 5, saying 50 seconds. This makes Isaka confused, and he doesn't understand what Kim is talking about. But with Kim's increasing amount of predation, Isaka finally starts talking and says, "All right, I'll get to the point. Even you can't take on all 3 warlords by yourself. You're going after bait. Even if you chase them, you'll end up empty or in a trap." Then Kim lowers 2 of his fingers and says, 30 seconds. With this, Isaka gets even more scared, and while sweating says, "But I'm different. I have connections that can get you to Miyazaki Kenji and even to the 3 warlords." "How's that? Not a bad deal, right?" Then Kim lowers his other 2 fingers and shows Isaka that he has only 10 seconds left. With that, Isaka gets more stressed and while sweating says, "Hold on! I thought you were after the 3 warlords! Then what more do you want, you damned bastard? And what do you mean, a minute? This was only 5 seconds!" Then we see Kim hold down the only remaining finger, indicating that Isaka has no time left. With that, Kim increases predation's pressure, making Isaka feel a lot of pain. Isaka screams in pain and begs Kim to free him, shouting, "Spare me!" Hearing that, Kim deactivates his skill and frees Isaka from his chains, saying, "Your offer was tempting, but it's a little fishy. A guy like you, who should be after my neck, suddenly wants to help me." Upon hearing Kim's words, Isaka gets confused. Then we see, because Kim wants to hear the truth from him, he activates one of his skills, complete hypnosis, and with Rosaria's the succubus queen skill, he wants to hear the truth and says, "So speak. What is your real plan, and who's behind you?" And with that, this chapter ends. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.